Okay, so I'll tell you the agenda for today's session. We are going to cover two specific question types, which we haven't covered so deeply because CAT doesn't focus on those question types. That is critical reasoning, one, and another one is FIJs. So CAT doesn't ask, it has stopped asking FIJs since 2015, but yes, these other exams, they may ask, sometimes they ask, sometimes they do not, but we never know. So at least it's a little bit tricky question type. At least we should have the basic understanding to attempt these questions. So today, critical reasoning and FIJs. Okay. I could see there are so many students who are not from my batch. So I'll again take up certain basics of critical reasoning, although we have covered in our classroom, but still it would be a revision for those who have attended, and just wanted to share the basic terminologies or the jargons related with the critical reasoning. Someone said something? Okay. So certain basics, what are the terminologies, what we need to take care of, how to attempt critical reasoning questions, right? Let's start this. Okay, can we have videos on for everyone?
Okay, Krish.
Critical reasoning. So many times you do not find critical reasoning questions in VARC section, but they are there in LR section. So be prepared. So sometimes SNAP and ANMAT, they ask CR in LR section. Okay, let's understand certain basics, how CR question appears. So firstly, there is a short passage, and then it is followed by one question. So we call this short passage as argument. We never call it a passage followed by a question. That's an argument. What this argument consists of? This argument consists of premise and a conclusion. So what is this premise? Premise is nothing but it's a fact, info. It's just a data which is given. Okay. And on the basis of this fact and for data, they have concluded something. So premise plus conclusion makes it an argument, right? Now, in simple terms, if I say it is given that x is equal to 3. Therefore, x plus y is equal to 5. Now, this is information, this is my premise, this is conclusion. There is something which is missing here? We need some more information because there is a confusion that how we could derive this conclusion just on the basis of this premise. So there is some information which is missing. That missing information is called as inference, which we inferred from the conclusion that, okay, definitely this inference is y is equal to 2. See, this is the very simplest method where you can understand. Now, there is one more important aspect, which is assumptions. Favorite question types. Assumption. Now, what is an assumption? We know the basic meaning of assumption, something which is unsaid. If something is unsaid, why it is so important to figure out? Okay, I'll give you one example. If I say he doesn't have any job, okay, I'll write it down. he doesn't have a job, so he can't get married. What is premise here? What's a fact? What is the information? This part is our premise. This is information that yes, he doesn't have a job. What is the conclusion? This conclusion is derived from this premise that so he can't get married. This is our conclusion. So this complete makes it an argument. Premise is clear, conclusion is clear. Now what is the assumption here? Can you find any assumption? See, assumption is something which, establishes a bridge between premise and the conclusion. What do you think that how this job and marriage gets connected? Information is about job, conclusion is about marriage. So there has to be certain connection between these two. That is my assumption. So the assumption is job is important to get married. This is my assumption. On the basis of this assumption, I could say this conclusion. So the things to remember, we cannot question the premise given. We cannot question the conclusion given. It is given. Now, on the basis of these information, we have to derive our assumption. Now, very, what should I say? A very smart way to check your assumption is correct or not is go the other way around. From the options given, try to negate the assumption. The moment you negate your assumption and then check, is this questioning your conclusion or not? Let's suppose, I'll take the same example. If my assumption is job is mandatory for getting married. This is the assumption which is given in the options. Let's negate that. So negation makes it job is not important to get married. That's the negation. Now, the moment I say this, does this question my conclusion? Yes. So the veracity of this conclusion is under the question mark. That if job is not important for getting married, how can we say this conclusion? So if negation raises the question on the conclusion, then that assumption is your answer. Right? Now, some other question types, important ones, strengthening and more importantly, weakening. So out of all the options which strengthens the argument, weakens the argument, raises the question on the argument, such question types are very critical in this section. Now, what do you mean by weaken? So always focus on this conclusion aspect whenever you are doing these questions. Keep aside the premise, just focus on the conclusion. If I have to weaken this, I have to weaken the conclusion. I just have to attack on the conclusion. If I have to weaken this conclusion, I just have to bring in a new information, considering it true that this also happens. Let's suppose, how can I weaken this? A lot of businessmen are getting married nowadays. So the ratio of businessmen getting married is more than the job seekers. Now, this is a new information. Does this reduces my the veracity of my conclusion? Yes. So weakening and strengthening always brings the information from the outside that is nowhere given. Unlike inferences, we focus on the information which is given. We cannot go out of that. But for strengthening and weakening, we have to bring in a new information, considering it true, and then attack the conclusion. So if I have to strengthen, I have to support the conclusion. If I have to weaken, I have to attack the conclusion. Right? So these are the major question types: strengthening, weakening, and assumption. Any confusion here? Anyone, any confusion? Shall we start with the questions? Quick yes or no would do. Okay, Shali. So this is just the theory part. Let's move on to question, and we keep revising the same theory repeatedly. Okay, then it will become more clear. Shali. Try this question. Okay, good one, Daksh, Mridul, Ankur, Akar. Correct. What about others? Okay, Arun, correct. Abhinav, correct. Rinta, Misbah, correct. Arshan, correct. Harshit, correct. Ayush, correct. Perfect. So, what is the conclusion here? For this reason, what is the reason? That she was never a member of collegiate soccer team. So for this reason, the new coach will be unable to build a successful program. This is our conclusion, right? Rest of this is our premise. So she was not a member. That's why she can't build a successful program. So what is the assumption here? That to build successful soccer program as a coach, one must be a former collegiate soccer player. This is the assumption. Those who haven't answered, if you have any doubt, do let me know that why this answer, why not other option or anything like that. Okay, if you're not asking, then I consider that it is true and we are going forward. Correct, Ankur? Daksh, correct. Akar, correct. Arun, correct. Harshit, correct. Mridul, correct. Ayush, correct. Nandini, correct. Sumit, yes, correct. Abhinav, correct. Okay, so what is the conclusion? That in order to halve the nation's asthma rate, government plans to ban all products containing MTC. See, sometimes, assumptions can be very, very obvious. You'll feel like, so what's there to mention this? It's obviously it is there. You feel like that, but that is the assumption. Sometimes it is so simple that we can't think of that it could be so simple. So in order to halve the rate, government plans this. So what is the assumption? That half of the this asthma rate is caused by MTC. So that is my assumption. Sumit correct. Daksh correct. Akar correct. Mridul no. Check again. Arun correct. Abhinav correct. Harshit correct. Misbah correct. Nandini correct. Okay, let's have a look on this argument. What is given? Seat belts and airbags would be eliminated from the driver's side, and electroshock system would be administered shocks to the driver if he or she exceeds the speed limit. So what is the assumption here? Plan. What happened here? Okay, I guess some typing error is there in the question. So question is, in declaring that the radical new safe driving plan will help to reduce accident rates, the author assumes which of the following. So this is the starting of the question. Some typing error. Okay, my bad. So all the advices or whatever the new rules they are supposed to launch, it's towards the driver side only. So what is the assumption? Why they never talk about the safety systems of the car itself or something? Maybe because of the passengers negligence? No, everything is supposed to be towards driver only. So what is the assumption? That a significant number of accidents are the results of the negligence or the other unsafe driving practices on the part of the driver. That is their assumption. That's why answer 3. Mridul, have you got it now? You selected second. Second says accidents in which one or both participants exceed 60 miles account for a majority of all fatal car accidents. So this is just about exceeding the speed limit. What about the seat belt and airbags? Why that? And
Got
it, right? And whenever there
yes,
is a
ma'am. Got it.
question, I gave you this fund of negation theory. So just negate it and then check,
Okay, ma'am.
right? Next question. Okay, correct, Abhinav? Correct, Nandini, Akar, Ankur. Ankur, no. Akar, correct. Sumit, no. Mridul, no. Sumit, correct. Ankur, correct. Arun, correct. Harshit, correct. Chali, let's understand this. Comparison of Brownsville University and Canterbury University is given. So here the enrollments and tuition fee enrollments are going up. Tuition revenue has been increasing. For the same period, enrollments are going down for Canterbury, but revenue is same. Revenue has remained constant. So what does that mean? That although enrollments have gone down, but my revenue, let's consider it that way, that my sales are dripping, but my revenue is same. That means I have raised the price of my product. That's why I'm getting the same revenue, even with the less sales. So that's why third, the per student tuition at Canterbury University has risen over the last 4 years. Most of you selected 5. What's there in 5th? Let's see. Canterbury University will likely continue to raise tuition to make up for lost revenue. But it was said that revenue has remained constant. Where is the lost revenue? They haven't lost anything. So why will they continue to do something else? Got it? Those who selected option 5. Some of you selected 2. Second, student regard higher tuition as an indicator of higher quality. Students regard higher tuition as the indicator of higher quality. No, we can't say that. It doesn't mean that any university or college which has number of students which is more than the other university, that means that that college is good. And we can't derive this from this given information from the argument. Okay. So this assertion cannot be supported by the above statements that what students are regarding. Our question is why this difference between Canterbury and Brownsville, that although enrollments are going down, still the revenue is constant. What's the reason? Okay. So that's why not 2 and not 5. Next question. Aditya. Yes, the session is being recorded. Next question. Okay. Yes, Abhinav, correct. Ankur, correct. Bhuvnesh, correct. Vishal, no. Nandini, correct. Anurag, no. Akar, correct. Aditya, no. Okay. Chalo, let's check. Yes, Vishal, correct now. So this is your premise that government restrictions have severely limited the amount of stem cell research American companies can conduct. Now, what is the conclusion? What is the result? Because of these restrictions, many American scientists who specialize in the field of stem cell research have signed long-term contracts to work for foreign companies because of these restrictions. Now, Congress has proposed lifting all restrictions. Why they sign? What could be the reason? Because in US there are restrictions. That's why they have signed for the foreign companies long-term contracts. What could be the reason? What can we infer out of that? In simple terms, that here there are restrictions. That's why I moved out where there are less restrictions or probably no restrictions. I don't know, but at least less than US for sure, right? That's why they moved out and they could work for the foreign companies. That's why option 1 is the answer. Some foreign companies that conduct stem cell research work under fewer restrictions than some American companies do. Most of you selected option 5. Let's see. If restrictions on stem cell research are lifted, many American scientists will break their contracts to return. How do you know? Are we so sure about that? What if they are happy working there? Why would they break? Or probably there are certain laws that they can't break the contracts. So we can't infer that for surely. See, any inference has to be, definitely true. It cannot be like maybe, may not be no. If there is a dicey situation, it cannot be the correct inference. Are you so sure about this? No, right? Are you sure about the option 1 that this is happening? Yes. How we conclude in these type of questions? Aditi, you don't have to conclude, you have to infer there is a difference. Conclusion is given. Inference is something which we are deriving from the information which is given, and this inference is nowhere mentioned. So you just need to figure out and develop the relationship between the gap between the premise, the data information, and the conclusion. So you just figure out that gap, and that should be your inference. And the answer, as I said, it has to be 100% true if it is an inference. You can't say that might be possible. You will argue that, ma'am, it might possible that scientists will break their contracts. I'm not denying that. But I'm saying maybe they break, maybe they do not break. There is a possibility, right? That's why whenever there is maybe, may not be, we can't consider it as our inference. Our inference has to be 100% correct. Okay. Aditya, is this clear? Okay. Akar, correct? Bhuvnesh, no. Sal, SAL, yes, correct. Anurag, correct. Kishan, correct. Abhinav, correct. Harshit, correct. Aditya, no. Sanchit, correct. Ayush, correct. Okay. Chaliye. What is given? Brand X designs and builds custom sneakers, one sneaker at a time. It recently announced plans to sell a sneaker that will cost 5 times more to manufacture, 5 times more to manufacturer than any other sneaker that has ever been created. So it is costing 5 times more than the other products. So that's what they're selling. Now, what is the question? Which of the following, if true, most supports the prediction that the gold standard shoe line will be profitable? We have to figure out the option which says, do not sell it. It will be profitable. Do not sell this. So when it is going to be profitable, when people are ready to pay the high prices for such products. So we need to target that category, which is there in option 1, that because of its reputation as an original and exclusive sneaker, the gold standard will be favored by urban hipsters willing to pay exceptionally high prices. This is very important. People may favor the product, but they may not be ready to pay the high prices. So that's why this information is very important in this option. That if they are ready to pay, then only this product will be profitable. See, you have to consider all the options as true, that if this happens, then does that work? You have to always consider the options true. Okay, let's check option 5. Aditya, what's there? The gold standard is made using canvas that is more than 5 times the cost of the canvas used in most sneakers. Agreed. It is saying why it is costing them 5 times. What is our question? See, always focus on the question. The argument says, argument already mentioned that it is costing them 5 times more, and that's why they are selling. What we have to figure out, that do not sell it, it will be profitable. We have to find out that reason, that in under what circumstances this product will be profitable. Drop this idea of selling it. But in option 5, I do not find as such any reason. It is saying that because of that canvas, it costed him 5 times. So what? Does that tell, this option, does that tell that because of this canvas, it is going to be profitable? It's just about the cost. Got this? Focus on the question. Aditya, is this clear? Should I explain it again if there is any doubt? Okay, let's move ahead. Vedant, how urban hipster related or prices only? Just a second. Vedant, what's your question? Just unmute yourself and ask. It's not clear in the chat.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Nothing information is given about the urban hipsters or the information not given in the passes only.
Agreed.
Urban related to
See, it is not required for the CR questions that the information should be there in my argument. Question, focus on the question. It says, if true, it means consider that it is going to be true. Most suppose the prediction that the gold standard shoe line will be profitable. So we need to figure out under what circumstances this will be profitable. Why they are selling it? Because it is costing them 5 times.
5 times.
Right? That's why
Okay.
they don't want to continue. Because they are not sure that who will pay 5 times more. So we mentioned something that, okay,
Yes,
there
yes.
is one category of urban hipsters. They are ready to pay. So don't sell it. It is going to be profitable. Right? Vedant, is this clear? Okay, Aditya. Agreed, but would more cost not mean more profitable? Boss, costing is about manufacturer. Profit is how much I could sell. If product is costing me something exceptionally high, but I have no consumers, I have no buyers, how will I get my profit? Our focus is on profit, right? If no one is going to buy my product, how will I get profit? And this cost is about manufacture. It's not the price. or the profit margin. Is this clear now, Aditya? More cost
Yes,
never
I
means
agreed.
more profitable. Yes.
Yes, I agree. But if the manufacturer cost is being sold at that cost only, then there could be maximum profitability.
Agreed. But वही तो हमें बताना है that at this price, this price which is already 5 times more, there is a consumer there. We have to tell them that. In option 5, it is not mentioned that there is a consumer for this 5 times higher price. Unless I have a buyer, how I am sure that this is going to be a profitable? Getting the point? Option 5 only
Yes.
just give me the elaboration why it is 5 times higher than the other sneakers. So because of this canvas. So they just
Yes.
gave us a reason for the difference of this 5 times cost. Got this now?
Yes, yes.
Right? And now, as also I said for the option 1, this information is okay that they are favored by urban hipsters, but what is more important? That this category is willing to pay this high price. That is more important. Okay?
Oh, so this part is not being mentioned in option 5.
Yes. Option 5 is just about why there is difference in the cost in comparison to the other sneakers. It's not about that we should continue the product. Is there any reason? Do I have any reason to continue this product? Unless I'm pretty sure that, okay, there is someone out there who is ready to buy my product. So that point is not made in option 5. But option 1
Okay, so
gives me a category. 1, that urban hipsters is a category which is ready to, which favors the product. 1. Second, they are ready to pay the price as well. So that is my motivation to continue the product. Yes, you were saying something.
yes, so option 5 jo hai, so if we say high cost, it does not necessarily make that profitable.
Obviously.
Is it that like that?
See, एक शू मैं 100 रुपीज में बनाती हूँ, पर मुझे दूसरा शू बनाने में ही 500 का कॉस्टिंग आ रहा है. Now,
Yes.
this is my costing as a manufacturer, right? This is one category, this is
Yes.
another category. Option 5 बोलता है why there is this difference because of the canvas. Question ये है ही नहीं. Why there is this difference? Question is keep continuing this, you will get the consumer for this product. Keep continuing this. So it's not about why there is so much of difference. Got the point now?
Yes, yes.
This cost is about manufacturer, not the profit margin. Okay.
Yeah. So how we, in actual exam, how we quickly judge these things means options.
Exactly.
So
That's
time
why
is
we
very
are
less.
practicing. That's why we are practicing, because these are little bit tweaked question than reading comprehensions. So there are certain terminologies where you get stuck. The options, you know, that's what is said, no? Critical reasoning. You have to use extra knowledge to put in. You have to critically analyze every option. That is the reason why we are doing such questions today, so that you have certain clarity. At least out of, let's suppose we have 5 questions, if you could attempt 2 to 3 but right questions, that is more important, right? So we are discussing that why not other option, how to check the right option. We are doing this only today. That is the only motto, that how to eliminate the other options. Why not this option?
Okay.
Okay. some internet issues. Okay, let's move ahead. Correct, Abhinav?